New Jersey's rich golf history will be celebrated tonight in grand fashion when 9 of the state's most decorated players and impactful contributors are inducted into the New Jersey State Golf Association Hall of Fame. This is the second annual Hall of Fame ceremony and reception. We couldn't be prouder to host these individuals and have them inducted into the NJSGA Hall of Fame. One of the most ambitious and innovative golf leaders in New Jersey history, Leo Frasier, longtime owner of the Atlantic City Country Club, made an immeasurable impact on the game. Born in 1910, his golf career spanned parts of 7 decades, and his local and national contributions as an administrator and golf course owner were countless. His mission was always to do whatever was good for the game. During his term as president of the PGA of America, he helped bridge the gap between club pros and touring pros over a long-running dispute that centered on distribution of the rapidly growing television revenue from tour events. Frasier purchased Atlantic City Country Club in 1945, managing it until his death in 1986. During his ownership, he was instrumental in attracting to his club 3 U.S. Women's Opens, and in addition, Atlantic City hosted the 1967 Women's Senior Amateur there. In 1980, the first tournament of what would become the Champions Tour was held at Atlantic City. Bobby Jacobson of Hollywood Golf Club burst onto the golf scene in a fashion few could dream of. Only 2 years after winning the club championship at age 14 at Hollywood in 1932, he won the NJSGA Junior Championship and followed that up with one of the biggest upsets in the history of the U.S. Amateur Championship. When Jacobson defeated defending U.S. Open champion Johnny Goodman, the last amateur to win the Open, in the second round of the 1934 U.S. Amateur at the Country Club in Brookline, Mass., the comparisons to legendary Bobby Jones began. Jacobson lasted into the 4th round until losing to eventual runner-up Spec Goldman. For his career, Jacobson won 2 NJSGA Junior Championships, 1 Met Junior, 2 NJSGA Amateur Championships in 55 and 56, and an NJSGA Pre-Senior title in 1963. In 1960, Jacobson became the youngest NJSGA president. He and his predecessor, Fred Confer, conceived the idea of the Confer Cup, representing the Golf Association of Philadelphia and the NJSGA. With 4 NJSGA Open Championship titles and 5 New Jersey PGA Section Championship crowns on his ledger, Milton "Babe" Artis was truly one of the all-time great Garden State Club pros. Over the course of his professional career, he represented excellence and longevity, having competed for over 50 years on both the local and national scenes. He won 4 NJSGA Open titles, the last at age 42 in 1971. When he won that year at Montclair Golf Club, he shot 72 in an 18-hole playoff to win by 6 shots. At the time, he became the first player to win 4 Open championships. He was also Open runner-up on 3 occasions. In addition, Artis won 5 New Jersey PGA Section Championships, 2 NJPGA Clambake titles, and numerous other events. In recognition of his spectacular record, Artis was named New Jersey PGA Player of the Decade not only for the 50s, but also for the 60s, and has been inducted into the Section's Hall of Fame. Whether it is through his esteemed playing record, reputation as a kind yet fierce competitor, or dedicated family man, McBride represented excellence. He holds a place among the golf legends in the state's history and was the patriarch of one of the most successful golf families in New Jersey. He was also a proud U.S. Navy veteran, a highly successful businessman, and a longtime member of Arcola Country Club in Paramus. His competitive success spanned decades and included numerous outstanding achievements. His banner year was 1949, when he won his second of 4 NJSGA Amateur Championships, the Met Golf Association Met Amateur title, and the prestigious Travis Memorial Invitational. He competed in 7 U.S. Amateur Championships and 1 Senior Amateur Championship, and was a Walker Cup match alternate in 1949, and was twice a finalist in the North and South Amateur in Pinehurst. With son Terry, the McBrides won the Met Father and Son Championship 3 times. With son Mike, Joe won a 4th father and son in 1970. The MGA's trophy for their father and son championship was recently renamed the McBride Cup. For Dorothy Germaine Porter of Riverton Country Club, it was always family first, with golf a close second. As Dot Porter's amateur golf career was blossoming in the late 40s and early 50s, she and husband Mark were raising 3 children, Nancy, Mark Jr., and Donna. The family joined Riverton in 1951, and Mark Sr., Dot, and Nancy would all win club championships there. Born in Philadelphia in 1924, Miss Porter lived the majority of her adult life in southern New Jersey. In the meantime, she became one of the best female amateurs to hail from the Garden State. Her 5 USGA national championships have her tied for 6th most among women. When she won the last of her 4 U.S. women's senior amateur titles in 1983, the 34-year span from the date of her victory in the 1949 U.S. Women's Amateur became the longest in USGA history for women. She won the Philadelphia Amateur in 6 different decades, the last in 1992 at age 68. In 1964, Miss Porter won the NJSGA Women's Amateur Championship. The litany of Jeff Thomas's achievements is unparalleled, and the mystique of his tremendous skill remains well known to this day. His prodigious resume includes a 1993 victory in the U.S. Mid-Amateur Championship, 8 NJSGA amateur titles, 2 NJSGA Mid-Amateur crowns, the Met Golf Ike Championship. Thomas also competed in 10 U.S. Amateur Championships, 5 U.S. Public Links Championships, reaching the final match in 1996, and played in the 1994 Masters, earned by virtue of his 93 U.S. Mid-Amateur triumph. Thomas, playing out of Plainfield West 9, dominated New Jersey's amateur golf scene in the 80s when he won 5 of his unprecedented 8 titles. He added 3 more amateur championships in the early 90s, far surpassing any other golfer. In 1991, Thomas became the first golfer to win the NJSGA Amateur and Mid-Amateur in the same year. When Thomas played in the 94 Masters, he became one of only 6 native-born New Jersey golfers to ever compete in the event. The inspirational Dennis Walters, a native of Neptune, New Jersey, has become one of golf's most well-known celebrities. He has turned the tragedy of being paralyzed from the waist down at age 24 from a golf cart accident into a personal mission to teach golf and life lessons to a worldwide audience. Last year, the USGA bestowed its highest honor, the Bob Jones Award, on Walters this past June. This summer, he will be inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. In 1967, at the age of 17, Walters won the NJSGA Junior Championship, the State Caddy Championship, and the New Jersey Public Links Junior Championship, an unprecedented Triple Crown. He attended North Texas State on a golf scholarship and finished 11th in the 1971 U.S. Amateur Championship. In 1972, he was co-runner-up to Art Silvestrone Sr. at the NJSGA State Open. He had just reached the final stage of the PGA Tour's qualifying school in 1973 when the golf cart accident changed his life. He was determined to get back on the golf course and found that through his passion for the game, he would give hope, encouragement, and inspiration to thousands of others. In 2008, Walters received the PGA of America's Distinguished Service Award. Walters is very proud of his Jersey Shore roots and of caddying at Jumping Brook and Hollywood Golf Club, where during his recovery, he played many rounds of golf with fellow Hall of Famer Bobby Jacobson, who became a mentor to him. It is only fitting that they be inducted as members of the same Hall of Fame class tonight. Craig Wood's excellence as a player is virtually unparalleled by any other golfer in New Jersey history. Highlighted by his spectacular 1941 season when he won the Masters and the U.S. Open, Wood was a 21-time PGA Tour champion, locally winning the 1934 NJSG Open and the 28, 30, 32, and 38 NJPGA championships. Wood also played on 3 Ryder Cup teams, won the Met Open Championship and the Met PGA Championship. A native of Lake Placid, New York, Wood spent 8 of his most competitive seasons as a head professional in New Jersey, serving at Forest Hill Field Club in Bloomfield from 28 to 31 and at Hollywood and Deal from 32 to 35. Wood finished second in the U.S. Open in 1935. He had also been victimized by Gene Saracen's unbelievable double eagle in the 1935 Masters, where he finished second following a 36-hole playoff. He played on 3 U.S. Ryder Cup teams, 31, 33, and 35, while employed as the head professional at Hollywood. Many fans of the game, however, remember the Blonde Balmer, as he was called, as a jinxed golfer who lost the 33 British Open in a 36-hole playoff, lost the 34 Masters by a single shot, and lost the 34 PGA Championship in match play to his former Forest Hill assistant and future World Golf Hall of Famer Paul Runyon. For Billy Zeobro, his golf journey has been a remarkable one. A self-taught public course golfer who was slight of build, Zeobro dazzled in his youth, went on to make 60 cuts in the PGA Tour events, and later reinvented himself as a highly successful PGA club professional and golf executive. Zeobro's amateur career culminated at the age of 21 in 1970 when he won both the NJSGA Amateur and NJSGA Open. At the Amateur, Zeobro played the final 18 holes in 7 under par, coming from 6 down to win the final match. Playing out of Ashbrook Golf Course, he is the first player in NJSGA history to win the Amateur Open and Junior Championships, an accomplishment that lasted for 45 years until duplicated by Max Grazerman in 2015. Zeobro is one of only 2 golfers to win the NJSGA Amateur and Open in the same year, matching fellow Hall of Famer Charles Whitehead, who did it in 1942. Zeobro won his first professional event, the Dodge Open, at Rockaway River in the spring of '71. He went on to compete in 5 U.S. Opens, making 2 cuts, played on the PGA Tour from '71 to '77, and collected 10 top 10 finishes. He made the cut at the Players and played in the PGA and Senior PGA Championships. He has also won the PGA Section Championship, 2 Dodge Opens, and the Vermont Open. He is a member of the NJPGA Hall of Fame. The New Jersey State Golf Association Hall of Fame class of 2019 boasts some of the Garden State's most prominent players, as well as several contributors who have made a unique and lasting impact on the game of golf in New Jersey. The NJSGA is proud to honor these wonderful players and contributors with their induction tonight into the NJSGA Hall of Fame.